between two birds, I think. You're trying to attract attention by building your nest. Okay, well, that makes sense, sort of. Let's take a look. In this game, you're going to put this in between each player, and then you're going to pick 3 out of 8 eggs and put them randomly in front of each player. And so they can see, and I'll lay these down so you guys can see them. You can see that in this column, you want to have the majority of red flowers, the majority of white feathers, and the majority of yellow flowers. In this column, you need the majority of red feathers, but you don't know that, only your opponent does. Player's going to have a tile, and on your turn, you'll draw one of these 3 face-up tiles, and then pick between your tiles and place it, but you need to place them adjacent to each other so that you are going to, as time goes by, be building a grid here that is equal to the number of columns, which is 6, by 4. When you are done, when players are done with that, they're going to score. The only other thing that matters in this situation is if you ever get 3 of these gems in the same column, you get a bonus tile. You'll draw 3 bonus tiles, and you get to pick one of them. Some of them are endgame scoring. It says if you have the most red things at the end of the game, you'll get an egg. Some are immediate things, and some are tiles that you can place out. Now, at the end of the game, you're going to take a look. Let's quickly put out some tiles here. You're going to take a look at each column and compare it to your opponent's. So here I have 1 red flower. Here I needed purple flowers. I got 1. White feathers, I got none. Here I needed red feathers, 1. Yellow flowers, none. And over here, white flowers, none. Now, obviously, I would have worked harder to get a better score than that. But for each column where you're winning, you get an egg. Also, you'll take a look at each of your groups. So here's the group of the hay. Here's the group of the green. I have a group of 3 green, a group of 4 hay, and a group of 1 white. And whoever has the bigger group of each of those 3 also gets an egg. And like I said, some of these tiles might give you an egg. And whoever has the most eggs is the winner. This game has a small problem. That little thing in the middle is to keep you, I think, from accidentally seeing your player's eggs on the other side. I guess if they fall over. But we quickly took this part out. And that's because you can't see your opponent's tiles over it. At least the first row or 2. And that's pretty important to see what they're putting there. So the game has some interesting concepts, right? You're trying to make groups and you're putting these tiles in, although your place you can put tiles isn't that, interesting. You only have so many places to put tiles. And to be clear, this is also a fairly short game. The bonus tiles is an interesting thing, although you're going to have to look them up every single time to see what they do, because not all of them are so easy to remember. A couple of them are like, oh, these are endgame points, which in my opinion are the best ones. The one-time uses are okay. But anyhow, you're also watching where your opponent, if they put 3 red feathers in a column, I'll go, well, I guess that's red feathers, because I don't have red feathers. Now, you don't know exactly what they have in each column, because there's 8 different eggs, and 2 of them are not in the game. But if I see you putting a bunch of something in one column, I think, well, maybe I can tie that or something. At least stop you from winning the egg. If I can win all 3 of my eggs and stop you from winning one of yours, boom, I'm ahead. And you're also making patches. This all sounds very interesting. It's just not as fascinating as you might think. This game is functional. I don't think it's bad. I think it's fine. I also think it's completely forgettable. No one will remember it in a while. But I'll play it, I guess. So that's a 6 out of 10 for me. It's not something that I'm super excited about. There's some interesting ideas of doing that, and getting the bonus tiles is kind of fun. But you're also really at the mercy of the tiles you get. Sometimes a really good tile is just not out there, and you just say, well, I'll take this tile and I'll put this out and then hope that I get a good tile next turn. So it's fine. It's just that I think it's already been forgotten and it's barely out. So that's Bower.